You're listening to the Dynamic Thinking Project podcast. This is episode 54, and today's topic is astral projection and astral traveling. Hey everyone, Adam Muselli here. Welcome to the Dynamic Thinking Project podcast. If this is your first time listening, then thanks for coming. This podcast is released every Friday, and show notes are found at the website, themindtechinstitute.com. It's all one word. Come back often and feel free to add this podcast to your favorite RSS feed or iTunes. You can also follow me on Twitter and Facebook. All links are in the show notes and website. And now, let's get started. We're still on the same note and phenomena related to sleep and dreams. So far in previous episodes, we have talked about sleepwalking, sleep paralysis, hypnagogic jerks or sleep twitches, lucid dreams, hypnosis, past lives, and others. And now we're going to talk about astral projection or astral traveling. And maybe next episode or the episode after, we'll talk about insomnia. And as I have received few requests from our listeners to talk about insomnia, and I think it's a useful topic to talk about. And now, and to get the intro out of the way, if you are interested in learning and becoming a fully qualified hypnotherapist, neuro-linguistic programming or NLP practitioner or master practitioner, a life coach or a counselor, now you can study all that totally online. All you have to do is visit mti.edu.au or themindtechinstitute.com, and you'll find all these courses along with many other courses. Once you click on the online courses tab, all our diplomas and advanced diplomas are accredited and recognized worldwide. And for more information, all can be found online, themindtechinstitute.com. Going back to our main topic, astral traveling and astral projection, let us first talk about the differences between the two, and then we'll talk about if there's any science to support this phenomena. Lots of people think that astral projection and astral traveling are the same, but they are different even if they share some similarities. Astral projection or astral travel is an esoteric term used to describe a willful out-of-body experience that assumes the experience of a soul or consciousness called astral body. Astral body is separate from the physical body, and it's capable of traveling outside it throughout the universe. The idea of astral travel is ancient and occurs in multiple cultures. The modern terminology of astral projection was coined and promoted by the 19th century Theosophist, which is a very interesting esoteric movement, was formed largely by Helena Petranova Blavatsky. Astral travel is sometimes reported in association with dreams and forms of meditation. Some individuals have reported perceptions similar to descriptions of astral projection that were induced through various hallucinogenic and hypnosis, including self-hypnosis, which we'll also briefly talk about it later. So, what is astral travel? Many forms of visualization are associated with astral traveling, which is the process of projecting the consciousness into visual scenes, such as in meditation or temple work, with the effect of feeling that are actually there. So your consciousness would be into two places at once. You are partially there, but enough of you is there to interact with the astral lens, and you will see things actually happening if you travel outside of your sanctuary. This can even be true if you astral travel to a location here, or let's say here on Earth. On the other hand, astral projection is the process of projecting your astral counterpart with the effect of knowing you are actually there. So when you astral project, you would actually be there with your whole consciousness and completely out of your body. You can feel, sense, or even know what's going on back at your physical body. However, you cannot feel your breathing or feel the seat you are sitting on. You would be completely detached. Sure, something can trigger you awake, such as a loud sound, but you're not feeling both at once as in astral projection. And also, you cannot get lost forever from your body because there is a connection between your body and energy or biomagnetic field where your physical body is. And you will only be snapped back into your body if your body senses something is going on around it, especially if it's danger. Now, this also sounds very similar to out-of-body experience, but it's also not the same. And we'll talk more about out-of-body experience very soon, but briefly, astral projection can be intentional, as you can astral travel at will, but out-of-body experience can happen spontaneously without you even trying to initiate it. And of course, it can happen during a trauma, or it can even be induced by some recreational or any hallucinogenic drugs. So, to be more specific regarding astral travel and projection, in my opinion, there is a great difference between the two. Astral traveling doesn't remove us from the physical body, but astral projection does. Most experiences of astral projections are unconscious. The person only becoming aware of them in dream states such as memories or flying, etc. But there are those who have had a genuine conscious experience, even if only very briefly. On such occasions, there is absolutely no doubt in their mind that they were actually there. And many would argue that they were indeed physically present, for the senses generally don't seem to be impaired. It is interesting to note that those who have consciously experienced a projection cannot be persuaded that it was just a figment of their imagination or a dream. For it would be like trying to persuade you now that you're not actually listening to me now. Now, are astral projection and astral traveling considered as science, or would they have any weight in the scientific argument? I would say no, because they cannot be proven scientifically based on the lack of constant trials and the consistent results which can be performed in a controlled environment. But if you believe there is a solid proof as fact, then you're free to believe whatever you like, and I'm open-minded enough to the possibility that there could be some factual results. Now, I don't want you also to get confused with remote viewing. Remote viewing is different, and we'll do a whole episode about it because I believe remote viewing is scientific. Otherwise, why would many governments include remote viewings in many of their secret projects? This would be in another episode also very soon. Now, if you're wondering how can astral projection and traveling, how can it be achieved through hypnosis? Well, the process is very simple to understand if you have studied hypnotherapy with us. However, briefly and in theory, when someone goes into a deep hypnotic state, and here we're talking about a hypnotic state would be below somnambulism, it is possible for the person to let their mind wander, especially if the person is trained to do it. Is it achievable? Well, that depends on who you ask. But to me, anything is possible with practice and proper training. However, personally, and because I am more influenced by science, I would focus more on something that works and produces some tangible results which can be proven and documented. I'm not saying astral traveling is not possible, but what I'm saying is if you're interested in such a thing and want to learn, try to stay on proper and proven techniques, and don't waste your time and resources on some airy-fairy delusional stuff. I think learning hypnosis is a good way to start, and I'm sure there are other good techniques too. Also, someone has asked me, what would happen when you divert into astral projection or traveling after getting into somnambulism? By the way, somnambulism is a state of hypnosis, and you can learn more about it if you go back to episode 29, I think. I think it's 29. So the question was, what happened when you divert into astral traveling or astral projection after getting into that somnambulism state? Just let me make something clear here. I did lots of experiments with hypnosis, and I had people who willingly also experimented with me. We got into some very weird and fascinating experiences with hypnosis, but I personally never did astral projection. However, some who did, they said at some point after entering a deep trance hypnotic state, they experienced a mild paralysis feeling accompanied by a deepening vibration and buzzing feeling. During this, the astral body drifts free, slightly out of phase with the physical body. Those who did it, they claimed it was a pleasant feeling. You gotta also keep in mind that each person is different, and the experience may also differ from one person to another. What works for one person may not work for another. And also, while in this state, you may regress into a past life thinking you're astral traveling, but you'll be going into a past life. And you can learn more about past life regressions if you go back to episode 30. So it is a bit of a tricky business when you start drifting away in the mind and getting into those different worlds or different universes or realities. And also very soon, hopefully we'll talk more about parallel universes and other realities. Very, very interesting topics. I think we have covered everything about our topic today. And once again, if you would like to study and become a fully qualified hypnotherapist, neurolinguistic programming NLP practitioner or master practitioner, if you would like to become a life coach or a counselor, now you can study all that totally online. All you have to do is visit mti.edu.au or themindtechinstitute.com, and you will find all these courses along with many other courses once you click on the online courses tab. All our diplomas and advanced diplomas are accredited and recognized worldwide. And for more information, all can be found online, themindtechinstitute.com. That's it for today. Thank you for listening. If you have any question, as usual, you can email me. The email is on our website, themindtechinstitute.com. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, especially if you are listening to this podcast on YouTube. The Dynamic Thinking Project podcast is released every Friday. Until next time, take care and enjoy your weekend. This is Adam Muselli, signing out.